Aloha and welcome to West Maui. I'm Anita Marcy. Welcome to today's Saturday art session. I hope you guys are out there listening. I don't know, but I hope so. Anyway, today I would like to talk about art and inspiration, my favorite subjects. But something happened this week in my new Facebook group. My group is called Be a Better Artist, and I chose that title because I feel like when we are working together, inspiring each other, creating together, sharing our art together, I feel like when that happens, it's magic. So I also feel like it makes us all better artists, and that's why I chose that title. And this group is for all kinds of artists. We've got jewelry designers, interior designers, we've got painters and sculptors, and you just can't imagine all the diversity. Photographers and chefs, and oh, it is so much fun. I've been having a great time with it, and I think everyone else is having a good time too. It's a small group. We only have a little over 100 people. I started it last month. And it's growing organically, which is really nice. People are inviting their friends, which I welcome. And it's just been relaxing, fun, and supportive. What's really interesting to me that's happening, which is exactly what I hoped would happen, although I wasn't sure because I've never really done anything like this before. What happens and what is happening is the inspiration is coming across the borders of the different media. And what that means is that painters are inspiring sculptors, pastel painters are inspiring oil painters, and I'm not really sure how that all happens, but I will say this, it's pretty darn exciting. Once you start to see things like that happen, and you don't really know how a painting inspires a sculpture, but it does. And how does food, inspire a painting? And I think that's something that's pretty interesting to think about. How do the different media inspire you? How does cooking inspire painting? Like I just said, how does painting inspire sculpture? How does, just photography? I will share this with you. There's a wonderful photographer in our group, and he is really interested in reflections. And I never really pay that much attention to reflections. All of a sudden, I am looking at reflections, and I find them to be really pretty fascinating. I mean, his fascination with reflections has inspired me to be fascinated with reflections. And this is what I'm talking about. I think this is when it gets as good as it ever gets, when artists inspire each other. We got lots of nice, new, wonderful, exciting new members this week, which I'm thrilled about. Some artists I know, some I don't. As I said, a lot of them are referred by friends who are in a group. And that's wonderful too, because friends of friends, that's how the world goes around, isn't it? So here's what else is happening. They're talking together. People that don't necessarily know each other are asking each other questions about their process and their medium, and wow, it's so exciting. It's just more than I imagined would happen, and we're just getting started. So I would like to invite you, my friends, to please join our group if you like. Again, it's for artists, but it's also for art lovers. I welcome people who just like to look at good art. We've got a lot of really beautiful things happening there, and some not so beautiful, but mostly all is beautiful. But really, isn't all art beautiful? It is really in the eye of the beholder. And a lot of people are experimenting and expanding and growing in different ways. And, you just never know. And it's exciting. It's really exciting to see lots of color, if you like color. Anyway, so I welcome you to either be a participant, or as I like to say, a voyeur, someone who just likes to watch. So think about that. Again, the name of the group is Be a Better Artist. If you would like to join the group, please go ahead and put in the comments, invite me, and I will invite you. I am the admin of the group, and like I said, it's a pretty small group, but I'm in some other groups, some other painting groups that I see they have all these members, thousands of members, but nobody's interacting, nobody's commenting, nobody's really posting and sharing. And I think that's one of the things that's really great about our little group is that, we're in it and we're all paying attention and we're all, supporting each other. Really, it's a very positive, supportive environment. And like I said, I'm very excited about all different media and all different kinds of artists. We even have some musicians in the group and writers. So you name it, we got it. And this is something that was inspired by my recent decision to start cooking just a couple of years ago. And I was drawn to it because I had a full hip replacement about 3 years ago. And I was knocked out for a loop, and I was not actually able to paint. I couldn't sit for long periods, and I just couldn't pull it together enough to paint. So I thought, well, I still need to create something somehow. So what did I do? I started cooking. I discovered the Food Network, and well, the rest is history. I found a whole new medium to express myself, and I just have been having a blast with cooking. I even planted a teeny tiny little herb garden, so I have fresh herbs to work with as well. I'm Italian, so guess what? I love to cook Italian food. My mom always cooked Italian. She still does, and I do love it, I must say. And one of the things that really works for me about Italian food is that it is very simplistic. And I've been thinking a lot also about my overview, my credos, however you want to say it, your mantras, whatever it is that's really a part of who you are. And one of the things that I keep coming back to is my less is always more. And I always feel that. I always believe that less is truly more. I don't really know exactly where that comes from, but that's really how I feel. And it comes through in my work. I'm always kind of simplifying my compositions and my forms, my colors as well. I always work with a primary and limited palette. Sometimes I'll add a secondary color, but for the most part, I'm using red, yellow, blue, and white. And that's pretty much it, or some form of that. But anyway, so I'm thinking with cooking, that just seemed to work for me, because I like to paint like that. So my favorite primaries for cooking are garlic, of course, and I also really like Parmesan. So I use Parmesan and salt, of course. Gotta have salt to cook, right? Not a huge fan of pepper, but salt, gotta have it. So anyway, I started thinking about that. So why don't you think about, what is your medium and what are your primaries? What exactly are you using as your basic? If you're a sculptor, what are your tools? If you're a painter, what are your favorite colors for your palette? Do you use the same palette? Do you use a different palette? So start thinking about that, because I think that how you express yourself is very, very, very important. One of my favorite quotes by the artist Leonardo da Vinci is that simplicity is the purest form of expression. And I happen to believe that. I think I maybe didn't quote that exactly right, but you get the idea. And I really, like I said, I truly believe that that is how I feel. And I find that idea, that concept, threads itself and weaves itself throughout my entire life, in terms of how I live, what I wear. I still like to wear black. I guess it's a New York thing, but I can't help it. It's just who I am. I feel comfortable in black, and even though I catch a lot of nonsense from people here on Maui, you're on Maui now, you need to wear some colors, and I go, I don't need to be colorful. There's enough color all around me. So I always kind of have to laugh when people say that to me. Anyway, it's a lot of fun, and Maui is so beautiful, and I'm so grateful always to be here. And you know what? It's just a very special place, and I feel every day that I am grateful to be here. And the inspiration surrounds me completely. Very excited to announce that they've reopened our beaches this weekend, so we are able to go back to the beach, which is really, really terrific for us Maui people. We kind of live at the beach, you know. We do take it for granted. We shouldn't, but we do. And I find that, you know, we all found that when we couldn't go to the beach, you know, it really did affect us in, I think, a lot of ways. I can't, of course, speak for everyone, but I live at the beach, so I couldn't even, you know, go to my own backyard, which was somewhat frustrating. However, so for the weekend, we're back open. As long as we behave, I guess we'll be okay. So we'll see. Maui is starting to slowly open back up. I hope that that's happening wherever you are. Hard to say because, you know, everybody's different and every area is going to go at a different pace. But anyway, it's just a beautiful, beautiful day. And again, I'm very grateful to be here. I'm very grateful to all the people in my group, Be a Better Artist, because they've been really terrific and supportive and wonderful. Got a lot of people from high school, believe it or not. And it's so cool because we all know each other, you know, and we have this lifelong history together. So that's pretty fascinating. And as I said, a lot of the people, a lot of the members are inviting their friends. And I found that that's a really great thing when you're doing a group. It's really great for people to know each other, right? Because then they're comfortable, and knowing that they're friends of friends, you know, I think that really helps. I think that helps just in the communication and the comfort. Let's say that maybe the comfort level is really great because people already know each other. And if they don't, you know, it seems that they're very comfortable learning to know each other, getting to know each other, and sharing. And I think everyone in the group really understands that it's a very special thing to be an artist and to love art and to enjoy art. And I think at this time, more than ever, I think that's important. You know, the arts, we need the arts now more than ever. Let's face it, art makes us feel good, makes us feel productive, and it makes us feel creative, and it just makes us feel good. And that's what we need more than anything now and always, really. And my personal thoughts on that, you know, I believe that when you create and when you are productive, that you raise your energy vibration. And I'm going to talk a lot about energy because I'm a big believer in energy. I think energy is everything and everything is energy. That's sort of a quote from Einstein, but I made it my own. Anyway, I think that, yeah, I think energy is everything. And I think that when we create and we paint, we sculpt, we cook, whatever we're doing, gardening. Oh, we have a wonderful gardener in our group. So I think that when we're creating like that, we are just raising our energy vibration. We're stepping aside. We're basically, what I like to say, getting out of our own way. And we're allowing ourselves to open up and to create. And I think that when we do that, wow, you know, that's when the magic really happens. We get out of our own way and we allow. I call it allowing. And I call it really a divine energy flow. You know, I don't really like to take so much credit for my art. I mean, yes, I've been painting all my life and I wouldn't have it any other way. But I really feel that I am more of the vessel. You know, I feel like I am the vessel for divine energy, divine creative energy that comes through me. Do I have a lot of skills? I do, but I worked at that, you know, and I believe anyone, you know, can be a great creator in any medium. And I really believe that what that takes in order to do that is not only practice, but allowing, you know, just simply allowing yourself to step out of the way. Just, you know, let the energy come through you. And one of the ways that I like to do that is through music, especially music. I love music and I always have music playing, especially when I'm painting, always. And somehow that really helps me to raise my vibration and also to get out of my way and to allow that divine, beautiful, creative energy to come through me. I find I do my best work then. When I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, oh, well, should I put this there, or should I move this, or should I change this color, or should I, you know, no, don't do that. That's never really a good thing. And I encourage all my students to just really get into it. You know, I talk about painting. How does it feel to paint? You know, you feel the brush, going against the canvas, and is it resisting? Is it flowing? You want to think about those things. It's really, really important. So when I'm teaching painting, I'm teaching about feeling. How are you feeling? And are you comfortable? It's really important to be comfortable in your body when you're creating. Is your chair comfortable? Is your back supported? You know, things like that that people really don't often think about are super, super important. So think about that next time you sit down to create. Think about how your body's feeling. Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Do you have to go to the bathroom? You got to take care of all those things and get yourself comfortable, and then just let it come. Let it flow through you. And you will be amazed at the magic that you can create. Okay, well, I really enjoyed talking with you today. This is my second Saturday art session, and I'm going to be live every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Hawaiian Standard, 1 p.m. Pacific Time, and 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Yay, I got that right. So please join me every Saturday morning for a Saturday art session. And again, if you would like to be invited to my private Facebook group called Be a Better Artist to celebrate art. Really, basically, that's what it is. It's a celebration of art in every form. And like I said, I really couldn't be happier about it. I'm really enjoying it, and it seems that everyone in the group is too. So please think about joining us. And again, if you would like to, you can PM me or in the comments, write invite me, and I will do that. All right, thank you so much, and have a wonderful Aloha Saturday. Aloha.